And here we are with number one in GEHA Field, also known as Arrowhead Stadium and much more well known as Arrowhead Stadium, for the game of the week, the game everyone was looking forward to all offseason because of the ridiculous playoff game that I do not need to describe to anyone. 13 seconds, Patrick Mahomes, touchdown, Harrison Butker, field goal, Josh Allen playing a perfect game, but then Patrick Mahomes playing a more perfect game, whatever. Bills-Chiefs in Kansas City. Again, week 6. Who's the best team in the AFC? We're going to find out. We already did find out. It's the Bills. Pulling up the stats. And the game went, points-wise, exactly not how we expected. 24-20. Bills scored nothing. Chiefs scored nothing in comparison to how everyone is way under the over-under. Very shocking in that way. But this game, was, it just allowed us to continue to see something that I mean, I'm a Bills fan. It's amazing to be a Bills fan right now, obviously. But even if I wasn't, I'm trying to make this about being a football fan, or even just a sports fan. This game and what these quarterbacks do is unbelievable. Like, you get to watch this game and think, every single time one of these guys goes on the field, they're going to do something that only them or each other has done or can do even. When you watch Brady Manning, they played like classic quarterbacks. The way that they played, you saw Elway do. The way that they play, you saw Montana do. Or even Kelly, Marino. You saw them do these things. When you watch Josh Allen play, he's the only quarterback that hurdles players. Like, ever. I mean, I've never seen an NFL quarterback hurdle another player, land on his feet, continue running. And he always hurdles on, like, third down in the fourth quarter in the last 3 minutes of a game. It's unbelievable. And then on the other side, Patrick Mahomes on his touchdown pass was to Hardman. He drops back. You have Hall of Fame defensive end or linebacker, whatever they call him, but edge rusher Von Miller coming at him, and he avoids the sack. And then Von Miller makes his second attempt, and he's got his hands on his hips like a conga line, and he throws a perfect sidearm, no full wind-up flick that is a perfect laser beam that does not go up and it does not go down. There's no arc in the ball. It just goes straight through the air like he's in space. There's no wind resistance. There's no gravity. The ball just goes straight through and then goes magically. It looked like when a batter swings the ball in the fastball, looks like it goes through the bat, and then they catch it because it's so fast. It looks like it literally goes through the bat. It just goes through Elam's hand right into Hardman's chest. This man has a Hall of Famer's hands on his hips while he's throwing a dart through another person's hand into the gut of a receiver. You never see that. Any human being has never done that before. Patrick Mahomes is going to throw sidearm balls. He's going to throw no-look passes. He's going to avoid 7 rushers. He's not even the fastest guy, really. He just knows it. And then Allen will do the same thing. Allen will stiff arm a defensive lineman and then with his other hand throw a 10-yard pass. And that's what's amazing about this game is you get to watch this game and you just get to see that happen. Every time they touch the field, the opportunity for something incredible is going to happen, and the game's never over. Because all of a sudden, Allen will drop back and just throw a perfect bomb to Gabe Davis that just falls right in the basket because the defense is terrified that he's going to run it. Or 3rd and 13. The play before, this is on the drive where they scored right before the half. Josh Allen takes a snap, he tries to run it on 2nd and 10. And by the way, this drive started on their 7. They had block in the back, moves to the 3.5, and then they had a false start on first down, moves to the 1.5. Let's just keep scooting it back. It's too easy for the Bills. Let's go as far back as we possibly can. Because last week it was 3rd and 10 on the 2-yard line, and they decided, let's call a deep route. I don't want to run the ball. I don't want to throw a short little pass to get out of the end zone so we can punt it. I'm going to go deep, and then they throw a deep ball, and Gabe Davis scores a 98-yard touchdown. That's against the Steelers. In this game, he tries to scramble on 2nd and 10 from his own 1. Or 2nd and 12 from his own 1.5 or whatever. And he gets tackled with his ankles in the end zone, but the ball is out of the end zone, so it is not a safety. Now it's 3rd and 13. And he avoids a sack in the end zone and rolls out, doesn't step out of bounds, and throws a missile for a first down. This leads to them driving all the way down the field, scoring a touchdown. To talk about this, Jimmy Garoppolo just stepped out of the back of the end zone without pressure at all. And while Josh Allen avoided a rusher 7 yards deep, he ran around him and stayed in bounds so that he could throw a first down on 3rd and 13. If anyone's going to accidentally step out of bounds, right? And then Mahomes has Von Miller just chasing around. This is just an appreciation of the greatest quarterbacking play and the most ridiculous plays I've ever seen run from the quarterback position, just back and forth and back and forth. You get 3.5 hours of just this incredible play. This is the appreciation of the existence of these two teams playing against each other, these two quarterbacks playing against each other. And then the only thing they're trying to do is they have these great defensive coordinators and these other good defensive players, especially defensive linemen in Von Miller. And they're just trying to figure out how in the hell do we get these guys on the ground? How do we get them to not roll out to their right and either just run for a first down, throw 30 yards downfield, or throw it across their body to that guy that's wide open over there? Or with one toe in the ground, almost a whole arm throw, jumping, almost going out of bounds, throwing the ball 50 yards downfield, past all of your coverage. They didn't do that in this game, but it just, every single time, every 3rd and 13, you say, well, they're going to get the first down. I mean, why wouldn't they? It's Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. I don't care that it's 3rd and 13. It's 3rd and 13 and you got Mitchell Trubisky out there. You know that ball's going to be handed off to Najee Harris and they're going to gain 1 and then they're going to punt it. Great play calling, Tomlin. But with these guys, 3rd and 13 in your end zone, not a chance. And then even just going into the details of the way the game ended. Every single time, my heart will explode every time. My heart explodes every time Mahomes has the ball. Because the Bills' defense is so good, and they make it so hard on him, and he still succeeds. There is no stopping Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. There is making it as difficult as possible to hope they make a mistake. And that's what the Bills did, and that's why the Bills won this game. They made it as hard as they could, and Patrick Mahomes made a mistake. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And the Bills went out and got Von Miller. It's exactly who they needed, and he was there. 3rd and 6, Bills down by 3. Von Miller goes, sacks Mahomes, and he just ran off the field. He didn't even celebrate. He said, my job here is done. Allen, go finish it off. Drives down the field. He does. Hurdles a man, throws a ridiculous pass to Knox in the end zone. And then the defense doesn't allow it to happen. But then even more ridiculously, you forget what happens at the end of the first half. 16 seconds left. They squib it, finally. Someone learned a lesson. 12 seconds left. First play. Takes 7 seconds. Gets them to their own 48 and out of bounds. Gain of like 20. Stop running prevent defense, please, Buffalo. Please. Just don't do it anymore. Just rush 4 too high safety, whatever. They don't have Tyreek Hill. Next play. 8-yard, just the fastest, most perfect 8-yard, 9-yard pass to Travis Kelce. He's already going down. It's like he's sliding in to catch the ball, or he's diving to catch the ball so he can be down instantly. Timeout, 1 second left on the clock. Lineup, Harrison Butker returns from injury, 62-yard field goal, nails it and ties it at halftime. This game was tied at the end of the first quarter. It was tied at the end of the second quarter. It was tied at the end of the third quarter. But as you can see, it was not tied at the end of the fourth quarter. Wow. Give me this game 17 times in a row. I don't know how long it would take for me to get bored of it. It's the greatest. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. There's these two quarterbacks playing the way that they play. It's so unbelievably entertaining. It's unbelievably interesting and amazing. People say Manning, Brady. I'm more of a Bird Magic on this. I'm more of a Bird Magic. Lines up a little bit better. Manning and Brady played the same way. This is more... Patrick Mahomes is going to do something that you cannot believe he just did. And then Josh Allen is going to do something that you cannot believe he decided that that's a good idea and then succeeded. And that's how I saw Larry Bird. Larry Bird would just do stuff. I see Allen as Larry Bird. He just does stuff. And it works out. And you're like, why did you decide to do that? Like, what are you doing? You're doing ridiculous things, and it just works out. And then Magic would just do ridiculous things, but it always looks so smooth. Like, Allen doesn't look as smooth. Patrick Mahomes just, like, does stuff. And by stuff, I mean sidearm passes and no-look passes and left-arm passes and running around in circles with some of the best players chasing after you and then throwing a perfect dart 70 yards downfield. He's Magic Johnson. And Josh Allen is Larry Bird doing outrageous things. And when they play against each other, you get to see two players do things you've never seen done on a football field, just like in the 1980s. You got to watch two basketball players do things you've never seen done on a basketball court. And you just wanted more of it. That's what I see this new rivalry, I guess, but just series of games. Can't wait for the AFC Championship. Bills, Chiefs. I wish they could play in the Super Bowl. If this keeps happening, move one to the NFC. I'd rather watch it on Sunday in February. But I'll deal with it on Sunday in late January. Thank you for watching this week. Oh, we'll see you next time for Week 7. Like and subscribe and comment your feelings. And we'll see you next time.